Quinshon Judkins, a name that echoed with promise and potential just weeks ago, now finds himself at a crossroads. A highly touted rookie running back, celebrated for his explosive runs and unwavering determination on the field, his journey to the NFL has been abruptly complicated. Judkins was drafted 36th overall by the Cleveland Browns, a testament to his exceptional talent and the Browns' belief in his ability to transform their running game. This high draft pick signaled high expectations for his NFL debut, with many analysts predicting he would quickly become a key contributor to the team's offense. The Dog Pound was ready to embrace their new star. With Nick Chubb's departure, a Browns legend and a cornerstone of their offense, the opportunity for Judkins to step into a significant role seemed almost preordained. Judkins was poised to become the Browns' lead back, the focal point of their rushing attack, and a player around whom they could build their offensive strategy for years to come. Browns fans anticipated a breakout season, envisioning Judkins leading the team to victory with his powerful runs and game-changing plays. The excitement was palpable, the anticipation immense. But before he could even sign his contract, solidifying his place within the Browns organization, a shadow fell over his promising career. Before he could attend his first training camp, where he would begin to hone his skills and build camaraderie with his new teammates, his path took an unexpected and troubling turn. Judkins was arrested, an event that sent shockwaves through the NFL and the Browns organization. This arrest abruptly shifted the spotlight from his football potential, from the highlight reels and the draft day celebrations, to a serious legal issue with potentially devastating consequences. The arrest has cast a significant doubt on his future with the Browns and the NFL, leaving his career hanging in the balance. It's raising serious questions about his availability for the upcoming season, the team's contingency plans, and the long-term impact on the Browns roster. This video will break down the facts, separating speculation from reality. We'll delve into the details surrounding the arrest, examining the circumstances and the evidence. We'll clarify the specific charges against Judkins, explaining their potential severity and the legal ramifications he faces. We'll analyze the official responses from both the Cleveland Browns and the NFL, scrutinizing their statements and assessing their potential actions. And we'll explore what it all means for the Browns and the NFL as they head into the upcoming season, examining the potential ripple effects of this situation. We'll explain the legal process that Judkins will navigate, outlining the steps involved and the possible outcomes he could face. We'll discuss the possibility of league discipline, including potential fines or suspensions, and how the NFL's personal conduct policy might come into play. And finally, we'll assess the immediate and long-term impact on the Browns roster, examining how Judkins' absence, whether temporary or permanent, could affect the team's performance. Here's what you need to know about the sudden and dramatic turn in Quinshon Judkins' story. A story that has quickly become one of the most talked about and closely watched situations in the NFL. On July 12, 2025, Quinshon Judkins was arrested in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in connection with an alleged domestic violence incident. Details remain scarce, as police have not released a full account of the events, but official records confirm Judkins was taken into custody and processed. The timing couldn't be worse, just days before Browns rookies were set to report for training camp. Instead of preparing for his NFL debut, Judkins is now facing a legal battle that could derail his career before it begins. The arrest was confirmed by both the Broward County Sheriff's Office and Fort Lauderdale Police, making it a documented legal case, not just rumor. The next steps hinge on the legal process, which will determine Judkins' immediate future. Judkins faces a charge of touch or strike/battery/domestic violence, a first-degree misdemeanor in Florida. This means he's accused of intentionally touching or striking someone with whom he has a domestic relationship, such as a family or household member. Penalties can include up to a year in jail probation and fines with added seriousness due to the domestic violence designation. At this stage, the public knows only the charge, not the details, no information yet on the alleged victim or the incident's context. The legal process will now unfold with hearings and evidence to determine the outcome. For Judkins, the stakes are high. His personal freedom and his football career are both on the line. The coming weeks will be critical in shaping his future. After his arrest, Judkins was booked into Broward County Jail, where he remains in custody without bond. Being held without bond is common in domestic violence cases, until a judge can review the situation at an initial hearing. No court date has been set, leaving Judkins in legal limbo and unable to communicate with the Browns or prepare for the season. His immediate future depends on the court's timeline and decisions at his first appearance. Until then, he's sidelined from football and focused solely on his legal defense. The Browns and their fans are left waiting for clarity. Judkins' NFL journey is on hold before it even begins. The Cleveland Browns responded to Judkins' arrest with a brief statement. They're aware of the situation and are gathering more information. This cautious approach is standard for NFL teams facing legal issues with players. They avoid premature judgments and wait for facts. The Browns are likely in contact with Judkins' representatives and conducting their own internal review. No disciplinary action or roster moves have been announced. The team is in a holding pattern until more details emerge. The organization's focus is on due diligence, balancing legal realities with public relations. For now, the Browns are watching and waiting, just like the rest of the league. The next steps depend on what the legal process reveals. Beyond the courtroom drama and the intricacies of the legal system, rookie linebacker Tyler Judkins finds himself facing scrutiny under the NFL's personal conduct policy. This policy, a comprehensive set of guidelines, dictates the expected behavior of everyone associated with the league, both on and off the field. It's a stark reminder that professional athletes are held to a higher standard and their actions have far-reaching consequences. The personal conduct policy applies to all players, even unsigned rookies who are hoping to make a team. It underscores the league's commitment to maintaining a positive image and protecting its reputation. The policy casts a wide net, encompassing a range of behaviors that could be deemed detrimental to the NFL's standing. The league's policy on domestic violence is particularly strict, reflecting the NFL's stance against such behavior. The league has worked hard to make it clear that domestic violence will not be tolerated. A first offense typically brings a 6-game suspension, a significant penalty that can derail a player's career and impact their team's performance. This baseline punishment sends a clear message about the severity of such violations. However, the commissioner retains the authority to adjust this based on the specific circumstances of each case. This discretionary power allows the league to consider mitigating factors or aggravating circumstances when determining the appropriate disciplinary action. The NFL has the power to investigate and discipline players independently of the legal system. This means that even if a player is not charged with a crime, the league can still conduct its own investigation and impose penalties. This disciplinary action is regardless of the legal outcome, highlighting the separate and distinct nature of the league's internal proceedings. The NFL's primary concern is upholding its own standards of conduct, irrespective of the legal system's findings. Meaning Judkins could face suspension even if the criminal charges are dropped or he is found not guilty in court. The potential for a suspension looms large, casting a shadow over his future with the Browns. The league usually waits for legal proceedings to progress to some extent before making a final decision on disciplinary action. This allows the NFL to gather more information and assess the situation more thoroughly. However, the NFL isn't required to do so and can act at any time if it deems it necessary. The league retains the flexibility to expedite the disciplinary process if the circumstances warrant it. For the Browns, this means Judkins' availability for the upcoming season is shrouded in uncertainty. The team is left to grapple with the possibility that their prized rookie may be sidelined for a significant portion of the year. A multi-game suspension is a very real possibility, and the team must prepare for that outcome. The coaching staff and front office are undoubtedly considering various scenarios and contingency plans. The team must prepare for the chance that their top rookie could miss significant time, forcing them to adjust their strategies and rely on other players to fill the void. This puts pressure on the coaching staff to develop alternative game plans and identify potential replacements. The NFL's investigation will run parallel to the legal case, creating a complex and potentially lengthy process. Both investigations will seek to uncover the truth and determine the appropriate course of action. This adds another layer of uncertainty to an already complicated situation, leaving Judkins' future hanging in the balance. The overlapping investigations create a sense of unease and make it difficult to predict the ultimate outcome. The shadow of potential league discipline looms large over Judkins' rookie season, casting a pall over his promising start. The uncertainty surrounding his availability creates a sense of anxiety for both the player and the team. Judkins' arrest sends shockwaves through the Cleveland Browns organization, immediately disrupting their carefully laid plans for the upcoming season. This wasn't just a minor setback, it's a significant challenge that forces the team to reevaluate key aspects of their strategy. He was expected to be a key part of their offense, bringing a fresh dynamic to the running game. The coaches envisioned him as a versatile player who could contribute both on the ground and as a receiver out of the backfield, adding another dimension to their attack. Especially with Nick Chubb's status uncertain following his serious knee injury. Chubb's recovery is paramount, but the timeline remains unclear, making Judkins' potential contribution even more vital to the team's success. The Browns were counting on Judkins to alleviate some of the pressure and provide a reliable option in Chubb's absence. Now, the team must rethink its running back depth chart, scrambling to fill the void left by Judkins' absence. Coaches are burning the midnight oil, dissecting playbooks and evaluating the existing roster to identify potential solutions, and consider alternative options, possibly signing a free agent with experience or exploring a trade to bolster their running back core. The front office is now under immense pressure to find a player who can quickly integrate into the team and contribute effectively. The loss of a high draft pick before training camp is a major blow, derailing carefully constructed plans and forcing the team to adapt on the fly. This is a scenario no team wants to face, especially with the crucial preseason period looming, raising questions about the team's off-season strategy and the risk inherent in relying too heavily on unproven rookies. The front office is now facing intense scrutiny, with analysts and fans alike questioning their decision-making process. The Browns' 2025 draft class was supposed to be a foundation for the future, a group of talented young players who would contribute to the team's long-term success. The excitement surrounding this class has now been tempered by the uncertainty surrounding Judkins' situation. Now, one of its stars is sidelined by legal trouble, casting a shadow over the team's prospects and creating a sense of unease within the organization. The focus has shifted from on-field performance to off-field concerns. The team must operate as if Judkins may be unavailable for an extended period, preparing for the worst-case scenario and adjusting their game plan accordingly. This requires a complete overhaul of their offensive strategy and a reassessment of their personnel. Whether due to legal proceedings or NFL suspension, the uncertainty surrounding Judkins' future looms large, creating a significant challenge for the Browns' coaching staff and front office. They must navigate this difficult situation with both caution and decisiveness. This forces a strategic pivot just as the season preparations begin, throwing a wrench into the team's carefully crafted plans and requiring them to adapt quickly to a new reality. The coaching staff is working tirelessly to develop alternative strategies and identify players who can step up and fill the void. The dream of a dynamic rookie back making an immediate impact is on hold, replaced by the harsh reality of legal troubles and the uncertainty they bring. The team's hopes for a seamless transition into the season have been dashed, replaced by urgent contingency planning as the Browns scramble to find solutions and mitigate the damage caused by Judkins' arrest. The atmosphere within the organization is tense, with everyone focused on finding a way to overcome this unexpected obstacle. The ripple effects will be felt throughout the Browns' preseason, impacting team morale, training camp preparations, and ultimately, their chances of success in the upcoming season. This is a true test of the team's resilience and ability to overcome adversity. Adding to the turmoil, Judkins hadn't signed his rookie contract at the time of his arrest, the only Browns draft pick in that position. While unsigned, he's still subject to league rules, but his official status with the team is in flux. With training camp set to begin July 18th, Judkins' absence is guaranteed as he remains in jail. Missing camp is a major setback for any rookie, especially one expected to play a big role. The Browns must decide whether to delay contract talks until the legal situation is clearer. The team now has leverage, but also uncertainty about a valuable draft pick's future. What should have been an exciting start is now dominated by legal and roster complications. The path to seeing Judkins in a Browns uniform is more uncertain than ever. In summary, Quinshon Judkins' arrest on a domestic violence charge has thrown his NFL future and the Browns' plans into chaos. He remains in jail without bond, awaiting a court hearing, while the Browns and NFL gather information and consider possible discipline. The team's investment in Judkins is now at risk, and their offensive strategy must adapt to his likely absence. The legal process is just beginning, and more details will emerge as police reports and court proceedings unfold. The NFL's investigation could lead to a significant suspension, regardless of the legal outcome. For now, Judkins' career is on hold, and the Browns are left scrambling for answers. The story is still developing, and all eyes are on the next steps in both the courtroom and the league office. The future for Judkins and the Browns remains uncertain.